Love and greetings, and welcome to the Marriage Foundation channel. If you're here for the first time, a very special welcome to you. This is where people come to really learn not just what to do with a particular problem, like this one that we're going to address. My wife is insecure and doesn't trust me, but more about marriage. I like to sort of fill these out so you're not just here for a quick, well, try this, try that, which honestly, they usually don't work anyway. And the reason they don't work anyway, by the way, I've been doing this for over 22 years. I used to be a divorce mediator in San Diego, very lucrative. And then I discovered about marriage when a couple asked me to help them save their marriage instead of end it. And what I learned was surprising to me, and it changed my world. And we've been at the Marriage Foundation here, we've been changing the world for so many people. Thousands of people have taken our courses for men, for women, read the books, watched these videos. I hope you subscribe. And let's dive into this particular topic. My wife is insecure and she doesn't trust me. What should I do? So here's the thing. Don't label your wife, number one. Don't say she's insecure. Who isn't insecure in this world? Now, you may say, oh, I'm not insecure. And there are things that you are insecure about, and we're not going to get into all that, but the point is this. You see, all of us have a mind. We're not the mind, we have one. And the mind is not reporting to you because we haven't been taught growing up that we have a mind. And so we haven't been taught that we are here to control our mind, to master it. So who is the mind listening to? It's not just operating in a vacuum, because it's like a computer that we have. No, we also have a body. The body is constantly pinging the mind, right? I mean, when you're hungry, it's because the body needs food, unless you have a habit of eating food. And that's what happens is the mind develops defensive habits and offensive habits. And this is who we are identified as, these habits. You know, people don't go, oh, you know, there's Joe, the soul, who is free in joy and free in love. No, we are dictated to, without even knowing it, by our mind. So is your wife. What you call her insecurities are merely habitual reactions to various things. When you label her across the board like that, it's derogatory, it's putting her down. So you don't want to do that. You want to love your wife, recognize, sure, she has flaws, but so what? Who doesn't? Let them go. Forget about them, just love her. And I guess that's the message. So she doesn't trust you. Are you completely trustworthy? You're going, yeah. You're not 100% trustworthy. Nobody is. And so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And don't tell me, well, you have no idea what it's like to live with her because her insecurities turn into rages, jealous rages. And probably those jealous rages are getting amped up because you're reacting. You see? And so this is what happens. We get into these relative stances with each other rather than loving each other. You see? So here's the thing. Here's the number one, you might call it your pole star for marriage. Put loving your wife ahead of everything. And not with a condition except for, or, but what about, just love her. And so when she is raging, if she is, don't catch those rages. Those are her thing. And don't instigate them. And I know you're not doing it intentionally, but don't even do it unintentionally. Be aware and respond with love. Now, you might say, what does that mean? It doesn't always mean to say, oh, honey, I love you, you're so beautiful, which are from the heart, and those are loving manifestations of love. What I'm talking about is first in your mind, go, I'm not worried about her flaws. I love her so much. She's so amazing. And you will change the vibration. You will start to feel that love. And then you'll know what to say or do. You're not going to get her to stop being insecure in those moments or ever. And it's not your job. Your job is to love her. And instead, look at her flaws. So if she says, what are you doing on Facebook talking to her? When something like that happens, say, I'm sorry, it is inappropriate for me to be talking to other women. And so then you remove her as a friend because you're putting your wife ahead of her. And, someone at the office, same way, you distance yourself. You got to make sure that you are living a married life with your wife. So there are the things that you do proactively to build up your marriage, and there's things you do proactively in the rest of the world to protect your marriage. You see, it's very complicated. We don't learn anything about marriage growing up. And so it's not like driving a car. When you go to drive a car, first you're watching everyone drive, and as a little kid, you're pretending to drive, and then you finally get behind the wheel, but not yet. First, you have to do some classroom study, and you learn about it. And then you start getting the feel for driving. And guess what? All around you, there's examples of good drivers. There's examples of bad drivers. So we understand driving. We don't have that advantage when it comes to marriage. No one even understands what marriage is. And so what's happened is the Western psych world, and trust me, I love Western psychologists as people because they're there to serve, but they don't know anything about marriage. They really don't. They have the same divorce rate as everyone else, maybe even a little higher divorce rate. And I know these people because they used to send me my business. They're good people, but they don't know anything about marriage. At the Marriage Foundation, we've created a science. We understand marriage. And now we have books, we have these videos, we have articles. So by all means, go to our website, click on the 10 do's and don'ts so you sign up to get articles and stay in touch with us. Also, you could sign up and get these videos. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video. But here's the thing. Bottom line this. Take the measures that you need to make your marriage into what it's meant to be. A nest of love and happiness and harmony. Do those things that you know will do that. Protect your marriage. Protect your wife. Don't label her. And watch yourself. See if there are things that you're doing that are undermining that trust, because that's a real possibility too. So I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I'm very glad you stopped by. God bless you, and come again, and thank you.